Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. What a great weekend of football. Tennessee takes care of business at homecoming. Picture perfect scenario for Josh Heupel, 59-3 over Connecticut. You got a lot of run from some of those young guys. Ricky Gibson. Man, how about D. Williams? D. Williams getting some run at wide receiver. Also, you saw Weisenlang, some of those young guys on the offensive line. I can't wait to see the PFF grades, see how many snaps all these young guys got. Of course, we all wanted to see Nico. It was also fun to see the number 21 with the name Schuler on the back of that jersey out there running around. A lot of fun. Again, man, thank you guys. My wife, my daughter, we had a great time down there in Nealand Stadium. We'll get into it, talk about it. But as always, do me a favor, guys, smash the thumbs up just below the video. It's quick, free, and easy. It does help this channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you are new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts, we're not insiders, we're not media, we're not talking at you here, we're talking with you. If you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe, click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Going to be live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's the fan call-in show. Going to make up for not having a live stream last night. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you come hang out for that. But again, man, just a fun weekend of football. It was awesome to meet some of you guys, whether it was at Nealand Stadium, at the Vol Walk, whether it was at the Bradley Central game. Really cool to kind of put some names with faces. But starting, man, with the Bradley Central game, I'm going to kind of lump that into the day after because it's worth talking about. Obviously, Boo Carter, Marcus Gorey Jr., a couple of Tennessee commits down there at Bradley Central. They were dominant. That game was never close. It was over from Jump Street. But Boo Carter's impressive. You know, he is what we think he is on offense. He is electric with the ball in his hands and not taking away. I know Tennessee is recruiting him to play defense, and he's really good on the defensive side of the ball, man. He would creep down from that safety position. He was aggressive in the run game, but I just think he shines more with the ball in his hands. He had a Sports Center top 10 type of catch down the sideline. Man, bobbled it, brought it in. Got called back for holding. I think he ended up with 3 touchdowns on the night, set the single-season record at Bradley Central for touchdowns. Just dominant, man. Electric. What you guys see on Twitter every single week Bradley Central plays, you see the clips from Boo Carter. That's what we got to see live in person on Friday night. Also, Marcus Gorey Jr., man, he's dominant on defense. There was nothing they could do to stop him. He plays physical. He plays aggressive in the run game. He sheds blocks, gets to the ball carrier. Also really good in coverage. Just a confident kid. I like what I saw out of Marcus Gorey Jr. But let's talk about homecoming at Nealand Stadium. Again, the Vols take care of business, 59-3. And I can only thank you guys so much, man. So many of you guys understand, you know, taking the day off. You know, this is my career. It's not like, oh, I'm just joking around and being stupid on YouTube. This is what pays the bills. So to take that day off, you guys understand I took that day off. To take my daughter to her first ever game, man, the experiences, the sights, the sounds, the smells, Nealand Stadium, the Vol Walk. Picture perfect scenario for the Vol Walk. We get up there about 30 minutes early, get right up there on the front row. Heupel just decides to come down right where we're at. So he's right there, you know, shaking hands, say high fives, but man, he was in the zone. Josh Heupel was dialed in at the Vol Walk. Big Omari Thomas out there, man. Man, I love seeing these guys. Some of them got their headphones on. They're business, man. They're going to do a job. Others like Omari Thomas, making all the kids feel welcome, going up, shaking hands, saying hi, laughing, clowning. I like seeing that from Big Omari Thomas. But then just getting inside Nealand Stadium, again, you guys that have been there, you know, once you've been there, man, it's something special. Smoky dogs, cold beer. The day they honor Pat Summit, that was really special, seeing her sing Rocky Top inside of Nealand Stadium up on the Jumbotron. A lot of good fun times, fun memories that will last this old guy a lifetime, so I appreciate that. But let's talk a little football. How about this football team going out, taking care of business early, getting the backups in, getting a lot of run, and now you get geared up, right? You got a big one coming up against Missouri, who gave Georgia a football game. Tennessee, I think, is still probably going to be favored in that game. Josh Heupel has owned Missouri since being at Tennessee. Scored 66 a year ago, 62 in 2021. Do they continue that trend of Josh Heupel dominating Missouri? But you come out big plays. Big plays on offense is what I like to see. Second play of the game, Jalen Wright, 82 yards to the house. You also had a big play from Ramel Keaton, just wide open, 60-yard touchdown. Squirrel White had an 82-yard touchdown. This offense was clicking, and it was clicking early. You know, they ended up, the end of the day, they had 10 drives. They scored on 6 of those 10 drives, 5 touchdowns and a field goal. Only punted twice on the day. They had 2 drives where the game just kind of ended right there at the end. I know a lot of people man, a lot of people wanted to see Coach Heupel let Navy Schuler punch that football into the end zone. But at some point, you got to have a little sportsmanship. Josh Heupel showed class last night by not running up the score there at the end. You also had a drive that ran out right there before the half where Joe Milton threw the Hail Mary into the end zone. But the offense, man, they did exactly what they were supposed to do, right? They did exactly what they were supposed to do. Up 35-3 at the half. Everybody in that stadium is looking for Nico. When's Nico going to get in? And then the defense goes out, and they don't give Heupel a choice. You know, we all talk about leading into it, the first string's going to play the first half, and then they're going to come out and do that mandatory first drive of the second half before you get Nico in the game. Defense said, we're not going to let Joe Milton have that mandatory first drive because they go out back-to-back pick sixes. Jalen McCullough followed by Aaron Beasley. Now it's 49-3, and you got no choice. You're going to throw the young gun out there and let him play. But how about this defense as a total, man? Just as a whole, they gave up 3 points on the game. First time in school history that the defense scored 3 times. You had the two interceptions returned for touchdown. You also had the scoop and score for Tyler Barron. Third time in the SEC in the last 20 years that a defense has scored 3 times. 21 points from this Tennessee defense. They forced 6 punts on the day. They had 2 turnovers on downs. You know, second drive, they gave up 10 plays, 79 yards. It was almost a 7-minute drive. Connecticut had a first down inside the 5-yard line, but that Tennessee defense, they dug in. They forced a field goal. That was a big win early in the football game, and they're just dominant, man. Just a dominant performance offensively and defensively. Of course, everybody wants to talk Nico, and we're going to talk Nico in just a second, but how about Joe Milton? Joe Milton's been playing really good football since halftime of the Texas A&M game. Against Alabama, I thought he played a good football game, 28 of 41. 271 yards, 2 touchdowns. Last week against Kentucky, had 3 incompletions. This week against Connecticut, 3 incompletions. It's hard to argue when your quarterback's completing 85% of his passes. This week, 78% of his passes. 3 touchdowns combined the last couple of weeks. Joe Milton's doing what he needs to do. If Joe Milton continues to play the way he's playing right now, you're definitely going to beat Missouri. You're definitely going to beat Vanderbilt. Is it enough? What do you guys think? Is Joe Milton playing good enough right now to go out there and beat Georgia, or do you need something electric? Again, against Connecticut, 11 of 14, 2 touchdowns, 254 yards. Of course, that's on the big plays. They had the big play to Keaton, the big play to Squirrel White. Is he playing good enough? Jalen Wright, how about him, man? Again, taking it to the house, second play of the game. Had 8 carries for 113 yards and a touchdown. He is averaging. We got 3 games left, boys. 3 games left in this season. Jalen Wright is averaging 7 yards per carry. That's elite. Jalen Wright is elite. He's still on pace. He's still on track to get that 1,000-yard season. Now let's talk about Nico Iamaleava, the guy that everybody wants to talk about. We've all been waiting to see. We finally saw some legitimate in-game offense. It wasn't just go in and hand the football off. It wasn't just, we didn't get a fair shake. This happened. Penalties happened. Face mask happened. Whatever it was. We got to saw some real Nico. And then how about the first play from Nico, the little bump pass to D. Williams, getting some run at wide receiver. I love to see that. Nico's got great pocket awareness, man. He's everything we thought he was. You know, he missed a couple of throws, and that's fine, right? He missed a couple of throws. That's going to happen. Quarterbacks aren't perfect. You don't go out there and go 10 for 10 every week. It just doesn't happen. Just like Joe Milton misses some passes, Nico misses some passes. I love his pocket awareness, man. I love the way he moves around. He's elusive. You know, we talked about the difference between Hendon and Joe. Joe's not as elusive. He can run. He can run the football, but he's not as elusive as Hendon Hooker was. Nico is. Nico showed signs of that. We talk about this offensive line, what they're going to look like next year for Nico. I think Nico is a guy like Hendon that he can cover up some insufficiencies on the offensive line. Good pocket awareness, great plays with his feet, made some great throws. How about that touchdown pass, the touchdown to Castles? Beautiful play call. Beautiful execution, beautiful sell on the quarterback draw, and then great throw. Just right on the hands to McAllen Castles for the touchdown. By the way, first career touchdown by Nico Iamaleava. I was there. Where were you? Where was Coach J? Boogie Bentley was sitting in the stands with his daughter. Man, I looked over and I said, you just witnessed history. You just saw who could go down as an absolute legend of Tennessee football throw his first career touchdown in Nealand Stadium. Don't ever forget this moment. Don't ever forget this time, because 20 to 30 years from now, you may be able to look back on that and tell a lot of people what a special night it was. Josh Heupel on Nico said he went out, thought he handled all parts of the game really well. Says there's a couple of learning opportunities for him. I thought he was timely using his feet, accurate with the football for the most part. There's a couple of things that he would want back, really solid performance. Says there's a couple of things in communication and then fundamentally just where his body was at on one of the throws. But, man, I thought he did a really good job. What did you guys think of Nico getting to see some live action? Jump into those comments and let me know what your thoughts are on Nico Iamaleava. How about this defense? How do you feel the rest of the way? Got Missouri coming up on the road. Business as usual this week, man. We're going to be live on Monday morning. We're going to be live tonight. We're going to be covering this Tennessee-Missouri game because Tennessee has an opportunity to do something special. They've got an opportunity to go win 10 football games. That's on the table right now, guys. That 10 wins is on the table. Do they have a shot at Atlanta? It's an outside shot. It's going to be tough with Missouri losing to Georgia, but they've got a shot. But even if you take Atlanta off the table, 10-win season, New Year's Six Bowl, another possible 11-win season after the postgame or after the postseason. Tennessee's got a lot to play for. How do you guys feel going into these final 3 games? Again, man, appreciate you guys letting me have the day off. Thank you for that. I hope you'll come hang out tonight. We'll have a makeshift post-game show / fan call-in show, and we'll talk all about it. But make sure you do smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the merchandise at bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. Appreciate you guys that pick up the merchandise. I saw some out in the wild outside of Nealand Stadium, which was cool to see on Twitter. But also shout out to the members of the channel. You guys are what pays the bills. You guys gave me the opportunity to go check out a game, man, for real. The way you guys support the channel, you want to be a part of that, hit the join button down below. You can give as little as $1 a month. If you like the live streams, the videos, the community aspect, whatever it is you like about this channel, you can hit that join button. You get a Power T beside your name, access to fan call-in shows, all kinds of fun perks and benefits. But you're also supporting this channel, and I appreciate that. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys for a day that I won't forget. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.